what you can do with the era of hire and fire of working culture in 2025. Hey guys, this is Kelvin. For those who are new here, I talk about career and tech related topic in general since I've been working in tech sector since 2020. And before that, I love to talk about course. But ever since I moved to Singapore 8 years ago, I focus about my careers and I want to share more about related topic to anyone who are actually looking to work in Singapore and whoever actually looking for job in this era of 2025. Now, in these today topics, I will talk about the dynamic working culture now versus 30 years ago and how it's different. So, for someone who have been raised in ASEAN country, in Malaysia specifically, I've been working in Singapore for the past 8 years. And I remember back then vividly that my grandfathers told us that we need to work in one company, stay long enough to get promotions, and then stay loyal to that, and the company treat you well. So those days, you're going to be able to work in a company for the next 10, 20, 30 years or even until you retire in the first jobs. But in the current jobs environments, it's not possible to do right now. In fact, the dynamic of working environment currently is changed rapidly over the past 10 years. Now, presume that you've been working in company for the couple of 3 to 5 years, you're probably also looking for out for next. But generally, even you don't look out for next jobs, you probably also experience being let go or being laid off as well. So this is how the culture works. Now those days, and then when company actually make the hire, they have a proper plans. So they make sure that they have enough cash flow to sustain this employee for very, very long times. They also have a growth plan for this employee to continue to work in the company, to stay long enough to grow them to become manager in the management positions and even retirements. And those are the very different culture that we have for today's. In today's company context, when they actually hire, they actually depending on the growth rate that they want to achieve. And a lot of companies, especially from the SMB or from the startup moving to the mid-sized company, they actually rely on the fund from the investors. So that means that they actually get fund from the investor first before they actually make profits. From that itself, they will actually promise the investor, these are the X amount of the growth rate we are looking to achieve. And then these are the hiring that we require. So they will make the hiring based on the promise that they make to the investors from that. So for example, in tech company, a lot of them tech company based from US, from EMEA regions, and they want to expand to different regions like APAC, they will start the Singapore office first and they start to hire people. So for example, they're going to hire maybe 10 to 20 people in within 6 to 12 months down the roads. And then they promise the investor that this is the X return that we're going to see in the next 2 years. But after they hire these 10 people, and then in the next 2 years, they don't achieve the amount of the return they actually promised to the investor, and then from there, they have to start to lay off this employee or even let go of this employee. And it's very common here, especially in the fast-moving country like in Singapore, where generally we are here to expand the business for these Southeast Asia regions. And usually you will see the company being hired like maybe 1 to 2 years of this employee, and then they've been let go after that because of certain things that they can put it like a performance issue, they can put it like in the you're not doing well and you are probably not the right candidate for so on and so forth. And also they could give you reasons like they are not actually the business wasn't doing well, they want to close the Singapore office. So you can see that some offices in Singapore like sales loft have been closed down from here in 2023, and there's also other businesses that have been actually not doing well and laying off. At the same time, we are also in the era that technology, where things are moving very fast, like AIs that are able to help you to replicate some of the lower level jobs, and a lot of lower level jobs no longer available in the positions. So company have been don't think also they needed to retain these people in their business, and they let go for these people as well. So this is what you can see from here generally in the current working environments and in this dynamic working culture in 2025. If you're one of the person that been let go over the past few years because of these various reasons, don't be afraid. I think currently the interviewer also are more understanding and empathic compared to last time. So they will know that because of the company's certain circumstances, they make a decision to let go or to close down the Singapore office or etc. And as long as you're able to explain them what's the reason on that behind, and you are usually able to move forward on your next interview job as well. So don't be afraid to tell the interviewer on that. There's nothing to be ashamed of. Just let them know that the company wasn't doing well, the office wasn't doing well, the department doesn't doing well, and you've been let go for that reasons. And then what you can do in this stage is like you can also continue to upskill yourself to make sure they stay relevant with this industry. and also continue to pick up some of the skills so that you can continue able to find your next job quickly enough. And also you have to spend time to network within this industry so that they're able to connect whenever there's opportunity arise that within your skill sets. The other thing is also I noticed is that we also the generations that are able to experience hybrid work environment. 30 years ago back then, there's no such thing as work from homes. You are only able to stay at home if you're sick or you apply leave. But now, a lot of us actually adapt into the working environment, hybrid working environment, where maybe like 3 days in office, 2 days in work from homes. So sometimes we get to save more times in the commutes. But at the same time, the barrier of working hours is also crossed more frequent compared to the others. The reason I say that because I think some employers generally know that you work from homes, then you're probably able to turn on laptop anytime, your mobile phone, you have Slacks, you have Microsoft Teams, they can reach out anytime you want. And even after working hours, they will try to reach out to get certain things done as well. So that's something that I observe here, which is not so healthy in long runs, because since then you actually you're physically at home, but you don't have the time to do the other things with your families, and then like dinners, and even like go outs, and even like exercise as well. So these are and it's also something that is not so good if you actually compare to previously and the working culture, where if you leave office, that means that you leave your job at the office, you don't need have to worry about jobs once you get back homes. Now, unless you are living in the other country where work-life balance is very important for the employees, like for example in Australia or even in Germany, where they have a strict restriction on working hours, so employee can actually reach out to the employee after working hours, else the employee have the right to sue them. But in Singapore, we don't have such context. A lot of them actually works like 996. I wouldn't say 996, but pretty much we work after working hours as well. So even sometimes it affect our sleep as well, especially particularly if you are frontline like me in salesperson. So you quite constantly have to experience all these mental health issues. So that's something that you should be taking precaution of, and that's why I realized also this is the current working cultures that we have in 2025. For whoever actually been affected by this layoff recently or been let go for various reasons because of the business, don't give up, keep searching, keep building the skill, keep networking, and then if you have enough emergency fund, that should be fine. If not, you can still use other platforms to maintain your financial support. So for example, if you have a relevant skill set, like maybe you're good in languages, maybe you know how to do video editing, maybe you're good in marketing, etc., you can just go for a platform like Fiverr, Upworks, freelancers to provide your services for any others companies that are looking to outsource their services and provide them. So you can get some pocket money from that, and also some good money even just to provide these services. And if you don't have skill to offer, don't worry, as long as you know how to drive, you know how to cycle, you can walk, you can become a Grab riders or Grab food deliveries. Of course, I didn't ask you to become a work for the job for long enough or permanently. There is just a side incomes for you to maintain your financials until you get the next jobs. But that's it. So guys, I know 2025 is not the best year for everyone, especially whoever live in APAC regions or in Singapore. But continue hustle, continue learnings, and stay strong guys. See you guys in the next video.